agency. We're going to grade what the Mavericks have done up to this point, but first we're going to talk about Luka Doncic here. We got to fix that there in just a second, though. So we'll just go ahead and talk for a minute here, Chase. Luka Doncic set to play in the bronze medal match in a couple of days for Slovenia, but Mark Cuban and company are actually going to go give him his 5-year Supermax in person.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mark Cuban is just loading up the PJ and sending everybody to Slovenia after the Olympics conclude. So basically, this report coming from Mark Stein that Mark Cuban, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, Michael Finley, all going to Slovenia next week. And they're going to present Luka Doncic that much-anticipated max contract, which, according to Mark Stein, is going to be in the excess of $200 million. Now, Trae Young got his rookie max contract worth around, I think, $207 million. Harrison, I think Luka is deserving of more, and I think he's going to get more than that.
Yeah, look, listen, this is one of the best generational talents we've ever seen at this age. I mean, the fact that he is an incredible block away from Nick Batum to leading Slovenia to the gold medal match.
Unbelievable.
That country has 2 million people in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ridiculous what this guy has accomplished, both in the NBA already and, of course, internationally, only losing one game in his international career at this point. Mark Stein had this note: Doncic signing the extension has long been anticipated since he all but acknowledged he would at season's end, but the Mavericks, at Luka's request, tabled all extension talks this week so he could focus on the Olympics. Slovenia plays Australia in the bronze medal game on Saturday. He also added this: after the trip, this is more about Porzingis, to Slovenia, some in Dallas's traveling party will head back for Summer League in Las Vegas, while new coach Jason Kidd and Director of Player Health and Performance Casey Smith proceed to Latvia to huddle with Mavs forward Kristaps Porzingis, league sources say. So we'll talk a little Luka, talk KP, and then talk about the free agency signings and grade those. Hey, this Olympic run, incredible, right?
It really is.
Even if they lose and don't medal, to get into the Final Four with what Slovenia has, they have a couple of nice players that can probably play overseas. Maybe one of those other guys gets to the NBA, but Goran Dragic's not playing for Slovenia. His brother's okay, but he's not an NBA player. Luka's carrying a bunch of non-NBA guys, and he's a point away from playing in the gold medal match. It's absolutely fantastic. And you're comparing him to one of the greatest players of all time at this point.
The start of Luka's career, very similar to LeBron James. Now, I understand LeBron James had more playoff success early on in his career, but I love everything that Luka Doncic is about. Some people label him as a crybaby. I just say this guy wants it. He was distraught that Slovenia lost that game to France, not putting them in that gold medal game. And that's just for the Olympics. He's not getting paid for that. This guy takes so much pride in his craft, and his craft has gotten better and better and better each year that he's been in the league. And I think Luka Doncic is going to continue to get better. So I don't think it's crazy to say that at the end of the day, Luka Doncic at some point in terms of stats going to be very close to the king in LeBron James. Can he match him with titles? We'll see. If he does that, he'll go down as one of the greatest players of all time if he doesn't already do so.
So what do you guys think? Obviously, it's going to take probably at least a couple of years. The Mavs are closer, I guess, but not that close to winning titles at this point. Can Luka win a title in the next 5 years? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let us know what you guys think down in the comment section on this one. And then you look at what these other rookie max deals, Trae Young, 5 years, 207. Luka maxes, it can get similar. He can't get too much more because of it caps out at a certain point,
right.
But he will be 200 plus, no doubt about it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 172.
Yeah, so I think Luka is going to be right in that neighborhood of Trae Young.
Yep.
And I think at the negotiating table, he'll go up to that entire brass that hopped on the PJ for Mark Cuban and say, look, I know Trae Young made it to an Eastern Conference Finals, but that team around him much better than the team that's been constructed around me. So I'm putting a little pressure on you guys to give me a better supporting cast, because even with a lesser team, I thought he's been brilliant in the first 2 years of his playoff career.
He's the man, dude. You think he's the best of this young generation, and I'm not going to argue with you. The guy's a generational talent. He's a better passer than he is a scorer, and he scores 30 a game.
Yeah.
That game against France in the semis, France made it tough on him scoring. You know what he did? He had 18 assists to 1 turnover.
Well, and that's why I compare him to LeBron Harrison,
his vision
because
is unreal.
he might be more score first in terms of how his brain works than LeBron James, but his all-around game, passing, I think he could become a little bit of a better defender. Rebounding, though, it is very LeBron-esque.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see in the next few years if he can start winning playoff series. Will Luka Doncic get more or less than Trae Young? Type M for more, type L for less. If anything, I think it's going to be more, or type S for same. That could happen as well. Let us know down in the comments section. Subscribe to Dallas Mavericks Today, because we break down everything surrounding your Dallas Mavericks free agency. No draft picks this year, but certainly draft coverage in the future. And then, of course, coverage throughout the regular season as well. Don't miss any of it. We cover it all here on Dallas Mavericks Today. So you kind of look at free agency now. It's been somewhat quiet after the first few days, Chase, when they made a flurry of moves. Let's grade what they've done to this point. We'll start with Tim Hardaway Jr. You're going to go B+ here.
I like B+ because Tim Hardaway Jr. is a very good complementary player for Luka Doncic. He can shoot. He can stretch the floor. He can at least put the ball on the floor just a bit, and he's become a better defensive player over time. And I think he's the headliner of that deal that involved Kristaps Porzingis.
At this point,
Hardaway's been more valuable to the Mavericks than KP has.
Yeah, B+. I think that's pretty right, because he's about a B+ player, and you paid him $18 million a year. That's not too bad when you think about a guy like Norm Powell getting similar money for an extra year in Portland. I think Hardaway shoots it more consistently than him. Excited about THJ returning to Dallas. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Boban, I went A here, Chase, because he's a Luka guy. And if Luka wants Boban,
you
get Boban, you keep him happy. That's A, that's simple. And he gives you a little bit of offensive value from time to time as well. Sterling Brown, B-, 3-and-D type of player.
Yeah, good 3-and-D type of player, and basically what you've seen from Mark Cuban, Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd, and this entire front office is just support Luka Doncic with a little bit more talent than he had the past couple of years. Now, a trade for Goran Dragic, I would absolutely love that, and maybe that would increase the Mavs free agency grade. I still think they need a playmaker, but all of these guys, pretty solid, especially Reggie Bullock, who you gave an A- to.
I like the Bullock move, man. Look, this was one of the best 3-and-D prospects in free agency, and you get him for 3 years and $30.5 million. That's the same money his teammate Alec Burks got, and I think Bullock is a better player than Burks, especially with Dallas on what they have constructed roster-wise. I think he shot 41% from 3 with a Knicks offense that kind of got stagnant at times. Dallas moves the rock. They can score a lot of points, and they got better defensively, but Bullock should shoot 40+% from 3 once again. Maybe he even pushes for 45 because he should get better looks playing next to Luka Doncic. So there you go. Grade the Mavs free agency period so far. A, B, C, D, or F. Real quick, Chase, overall team grade for the Mavs.
B.
Okay, I'm going to go B-. I think it's been good, not great, but better than some years in the past. A, B, C, D, or F. Get your votes in right now.